Yeah, I think they've kicked on. I think you just need to look at the players. I think they've got a big squad now and some experience in there. And you saw that with some of the players that came up to play the Aviva 18 final. 3 internationals playing for their second team. So they've got a strong squad. I think they've got a good front five. They've been playing really well. I like the back row. They're dynamic. They get around the field, and then got 2 half-backs. One very experienced. And then young Ford, who's playing well, who's putting the team in the right positions, and some big talented backs. So it's going to be a big game. You can go through our team as well and sort of say similar sort of things. We know we've got a good squad. They have. So it's a massive game all round.
What areas do you think that they've improved in, Jim? What has made them perhaps the best team this year than before? Is it their pack? Is it their pack that's been strengthened, do you feel, more so than years gone by?
I think that is one of the things. Yeah, I do. I think that they're really strong in that area. I think they've got a game plan which they're sort of enjoying and playing with that. And they seem to have got some team spirit. They seem to enjoy playing for each other, and that's because I guess winning helps. When you're winning games, that helps pull people together, and so yeah, they've definitely moved on. They're well coached. They know what the game plan is with good players.
I suppose they're similar to you in they've got that winning mentality. You've won 12 of 16, they've won 14 of 16 this season. So I suppose there's 2 teams that haven't lost much this year, but both very confident. Yeah,
it is. We are confident in our own ability, but we also know that we've got flaws, and we've seen that. We didn't play at our best at the weekend, so we need to play better than that, and we need to get back to the really good intensity when we do play well. And clearly the Saracens game at home was a massive highlight, and Leinster last week where we really rose to the occasion. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be a Leinster of 2 or 3 weeks ago at home, and it's going to be one of those other games.
You're learning all the time. Still a relatively young squad. And I think, like you said, that experience and just coming back at the end there with that last restart, and then obviously Stephen stepping up and hitting it, and as long as you're there or thereabouts, away from home, I feel we're confident enough in the squad that we'll win more than we lose.
How difficult was it in the build-up to that game to almost bottle the intensity and the passion that you'd shown in Dublin? Because obviously it was still a big game, wasn't it?
Yeah, massive, and Wasp will have probably spoken about that as well, that there'll be something of a come down, and it's something we spoke about during the week with the intensity, try and recreate that Heineken Cup intensity, which is obviously easier said than done, but we spoke again about last year, Ulster game away, and then coming back here and getting a hiding off Quins, I think it was. So we're learning every year and improving every year, and I think that's experience and testament to the lads in the squad.
And there's not many bigger games that you can finish the year with than second versus third. What do you make of that?
They're unbelievable. They've recruited really well. Got a strong coaching staff. They're playing excellent rugby. Big bulky pack, quick backs to use it when they've won it. So dangerous side, and obviously their last few results are a testament to that.
The fact that they're breathing so heavily down your neck, does that make a difference to how you prepare for the game? Is there a bit more in it for you guys?
I don't think there's ever any more in it. I think it's more a case of we know that they're going to be title contenders. They want to be in the top 4, as do we. So it becomes more of a crunch game because they're one of the better sides. And we learnt 2-3 weeks ago that if we're slightly off against the better sides, then you're in for a long afternoon. So I think it's a huge game, but we have to prepare in the same way that we've been preparing the last couple of weeks and make sure we do all our homework and turn up on Saturday ready to rock and roll.